stop singing your praise, singing your praise. I can't stop, won't stop, never gonna stop singing your praise, singing your praise. I can't stop, won't stop, never gonna stop singing your praise.
I'm Erica, and all month long we've been talking about commitment. Commitment is making a plan and putting it into practice. So I've been training for a 5K race, and guess what? It's only a week away. So I'm a little nervous about it. You see, I haven't told anybody this. This'll be my first 5K ever. My friends convinced me that I would enjoy running a 5K. They've been running for years, so I figure they know what they're talking about. We're actually meeting up tomorrow to have a kind of pre-race get-together. I have so many questions to ask them. How long does it take to run a 5K? Will my legs hurt when the race is over? What exactly are we running from? So that should be fun. Or what if they get tired of all my questions? What if they ask me questions? Will they expect me to know as much as they do? I need to practice what I'll say. So, Erica, what's your favorite part about running? The running part? How many marathons have you run this year? This year? None. If you were running on a track headed west at 12 miles per hour and a train 127 miles away was traveling from the opposite direction at 84 miles per hour, at what part of the track would you and the train meet? I don't know. You don't know? Oh boy, I am not looking forward to this at all. Maybe it'll be easier if I just stand against the wall somewhere and don't say anything. Hopefully today's story will help. It's about saying what's on your mind, even when you don't have all the answers. See you soon.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story. Inspired by the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verses 13 through 20.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Sunday service. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. We are working through the month of May, or I should say we're running through the month of May, where we're talking about 5K, run the race. And we're talking about commitment, meaning we are making a plan and putting it into practice. So we're making that plan to run the race of life, and we're putting it into practice. And today, we've got a story that continues to help us practicing how to run this race, how to run and continue to follow Jesus. Now, when Jesus was on earth, people often asked him a lot of questions. And as we find out, as religious leaders, they would ask him questions so that way they could maybe get him in trouble. That's really what they wanted to do. But sometimes Jesus actually asked questions. So while he was asked a lot of questions, this time around, he actually asked some of his friends this question. So if we open up our Bibles to the book of Matthew chapter 16, we see Jesus, and it says this: Jesus went to the area of Caesarea Philippi. There he asked his disciples, which are his 12 friends, who do people say the Son of Man is? So Jesus has had a lot of questions, but this time around, Jesus is asking the questions, and he says, who do the people say the Son of Man is? And Jesus, well, let's ask this. Who is the Son of Man? Do you guys know? You would be correct. Jesus. Jesus is the answer. The Son of Man is Jesus. So, who do they say the Son of Man is? Now, the disciples actually had a couple different answers than that. So, they weren't quite on this idea that it was Jesus. They said people like John the Baptist, who was actually Jesus's cousin. He came a little bit before and he actually baptized Jesus, and we talked about him a while back. So, they answer with, well, John the Baptist. They answer with Elijah. Now, Elijah is an Old Testament prophet. He's somebody who followed God. We've talked about him a couple different times. He's got some really, really cool stories. But, so they answered with Elijah. I don't think that's right. Then they still continued to answer with Jeremiah. And Jeremiah is also another prophet in the Old Testament. He's one of the big guys. And I think they're getting a little off topic. What do you guys think? Yeah, but this was where they were at. Then they were really starting to kind of be a little confused. So then they were like, oh, wait, we got it. The Son of Man is one of the prophets, right? He's one of the other prophets, somebody that we haven't named, like Micah or Malachi or Obadiah. Like all these different names. So they kept naming these people. And of course, Jesus is like, now this is getting a little confusing. Who do you say the Son of Man is? So then Jesus continues on and he goes, okay, now I'm going to ask you this. Who do you say that I am? So now he's really talking about himself. And they said, who do you say that I am? And at that moment, of course, the disciples had seen him do many different things. They saw him feed 5,000. They saw him walk on the water. They saw him bring people back from the dead. And Peter, one of Jesus' really, really close best friends, responded with, you are the Messiah. You are the Son of the living God. And Peter nailed that answer. He said, you, Jesus, are the Son of God. You are the Messiah. You are someone who has come to rescue us and save us. And Jesus replied, hey, you, Peter, are blessed. And you're blessed because you know who I am. It wasn't something that I had to reveal to you, but it was something that my Father revealed to you because you've seen all these different things. You now understand. And he says in verse 17 to 18, Matthew chapter 16, Jesus replies, blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah. No mere human showed this to you. So nobody showed him that Jesus is the Son of God, the Messiah. He says, my Father in heaven showed it to you. And here's what I tell you. You are Peter, and on this rock, I will build my church. Jesus was so excited that his disciples knew who he was. He was so excited that they understood that he was the Messiah. He was the Savior. He was somebody who was going to come and rescue them. And because no mere person showed Peter, but God revealed it, he said, out of you is going to come my church. Out of Peter, there was going to be a church that was built on Jesus, on the rock. And with that idea, it helps us with our point. Our point today is practice talking about God. And so as Jesus said to Peter, you are going to be my church. That means you are going to be someone who goes and tells people about me. You are going to be someone who tells people all about God, all about Jesus, all about the things that he does. And talking about God is really, really important. So when we're thinking about running the race for life, we want to make sure that we are talking with others about who Jesus is. We want to practice talking about God. We're not just talking with God. Like we kind of learned last week when we pray, we're talking with God. Now we're talking about God. We're sharing the awesome, cool things that Jesus did and that he does for us on a daily basis. So we want to be like Peter. We want to tell people all about Jesus, all about the amazing things that he does. So we want to practice talking about God. I love you guys. That's all the time we have for today. Keep running that race. Keep doing all those practices. I'll see you all next time. Let's see what our friends are up to.
So Peter and the other disciples had a lot of questions. People had been wondering for months, years even, who Jesus really was. But it was important for the disciples not to just wonder about, but to talk about it. So Jesus asked, "Who do you say that I am?" Even though they all had thoughts about who Jesus was, Peter was the only one who had the courage to say what he was thinking out loud. Sometimes it can be scary to talk about what you believe about God with other people. What if you have questions? What if people ask you questions? What if there's something you don't know? Well, I've got some good news for you. No one you talk to has all the answers. A lot of people even have the same questions you do. That's why it's important to practice talking about God. Sometimes it helps to say something out loud to really know what you believe. And sometimes you can learn something new from someone else. So don't be afraid to get a conversation started. You got a few minutes? I have some questions. Me too! I'm glad I'm not the only one. So when you're excited about something God has done for you in your life, share it with someone out loud. And when you aren't sure about something, ask your small group leader or someone you know who follows Jesus for wisdom. Together, we can help each other understand what God has done in the past and what he's doing in our lives right now. Here's the one thing to remember today. Practice talking about God. If you have questions, ask. And if you don't know something, say so. And if you think you know an answer, have the courage to say what you're thinking out loud. So, what do you want to talk about? What I always want to talk about. Stuff. Oh, I get it. Because you're a stuffed animal? Yeah, get it? Because I'm made out of stuff.
Okay, I'll go back in my corner.